So the Ottawa Senators live up to their reputation of being a blight on the NHL again this afternoon by losing to the Calgary Flames 6-3. And anyone who says, oh, this game, at least the Sens made it close, this is a blowout again, in my opinion, because the game was 6-2. Sens score a garbage goal late, just, oh, wow, who cares? Like, they scored to get within 3 goals. They're getting killed all game long, then they just show up in the third period when the game doesn't matter anymore. No lineup changes for this one. Matt Murray gets the start. And with Calgary winning in this fashion again today, I'm just beginning to think that, I don't know, maybe teams are taking Ottawa for granted, or maybe the Flames were tired last game as they played a crazy amount of games in few days. I think they played like 5 games in 7 days or something like that. And plus they're coming off a back-to-back where they lost 2-1 in overtime to Toronto. And Toronto's a team that skates a lot, so that kind of takes a lot out of you when you got to play them. So they came in and they got thumped by Ottawa on Thursday night. But then with them being well refreshed and ready to go this afternoon, they come out and absolutely thrash the Sens mercilessly all game long, it felt like. And the slaughter would begin early on as the Sens would get scored on just 4 minutes in. Their knack and their love for giving up early goals is just unfound. I mean, I don't know what other team in the NHL just loves getting scored on early. I mean, the Sens, I don't know, that's just their reputation. They love doing that so much. They're just such morons defensively as well. They get scored on. Valimaki for Calgary scores. Backlund would then score 4:37 in. Lindholm would score 11:05 in. And then on a power play, Jake Batherson scores, so that's good. He keeps his goal scoring streak alive. That's nice to see. So there's a little bit of hope there. Chabot and Stutzel get assists on that one. So it's 3-1 Calgary heading into the first intermission. And the Sens were outshot 20-10 in that first period. I mean, they got to get this together. And you know what? DJ Smith, do you come back with him at the end of this season? I mean, how many times has this team given up 5 or more goals this year now? It's just crazy. They just love getting scored on. They're garbage defensively every single year. It doesn't seem to matter who they put behind the bench, who they have in net, what young apparent superstars they have. They always have to be complete garbage in their own end all the time. They sit there, they bring in all these big physical guys, but then they let people take 10 cracks at the puck in front of their net. The front of the Sens net is a parking lot, and it's been that way pretty much all season long. So 4:12 into the second period, Sean Monahan would get a power play goal to make it 4-1. And while the Sens penalty kill was probably one of the only bright spots along with the power play in this game, because their 5-on-5 play was absolute garbage, their special teams was pretty good. But their penalty killing was pretty good as well, despite giving up that 1 goal. And then the Sens get a power play down by 3, and you're hoping this will get them some life. So then what do they go and do? Nope, give up a shorthanded goal to Andrew Mangiapane, or however you say his name, assisted by Backlund. That was just... They looked so lazy defensively. I don't think you need me to tell you guys that. You probably saw it if you watched the game. I mean, on the back check, they slow up Backlund there, it looks like, but then they all go and do flybys. Like, again, that's the Sens, one of their biggest problems. They fly by the puck. They never stop on the puck carrier to get in his way. They just kind of stick check him a bit, then fly by and give him an easy goal, as Mangiapane won't get an easier one than that to make it 5-1 in the second period. On that same power play that the Sens get scored on shorthanded, Colin White scores, so that's good. Assisted by Nick Paul. That was a nice shot by Colin White. It's good to see him heating up. I said a couple of videos ago that, he's getting a lot of chances and he should start breaking through and scoring some goals really soon. And now that's looking like the case for Colin White, so it's good to see him getting some goals. And roughly 6 minutes later, Matthew Tkachuk, the better of the Tkachuk brothers, yeah, I said it, and I probably just triggered every single Sens fan in Ottawa. You know what? It's the truth. Matthew Tkachuk is the better player, in my opinion. I think even Brady Tkachuk said so himself a year or so ago. He said that I'm more of a meat and potatoes guy, and Matthew is more of the skilled guy. So if you want to go and beat anyone up over that, go beat on Brady Tkachuk over that, because he's the one that said it. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what he said. And I don't necessarily disagree with what he said either. 6-2 going into the third, a goofy, garbage, ugly-looking score. The Sens have been in so many of those this year. They just... I don't know. They're moronic defensively. They're such morons in their own end. They give up so many high danger chances, and I mean, it's ridiculous. And I just want to go back to that Elias Lindholm goal in the first period. They credited it as unassisted, but I would give Josh Norris an assist on that one because he was like, "Here, take the puck. I don't want it. You can score on my goalie. It doesn't matter to me." That's more or less what it looked like. Norris was absolutely brutal on that play. And the Sens were just brutal as a whole. I'm not going to really pick on one guy in specifics here, but they were just brutal, like I said. All so lazy looking in their own end, so much space, so many high danger chances. And it's not just this one game. The Sens give up a lot of high danger chances. The front of their net's a parking lot. They have these big bruising D-men, but yet they don't want to box anyone out. So there's your big bruising group of defensemen for you, Dorian. Joey Daccord would get his first action of the season in that third period, his first game since April 2019. He did start in that game in April 2019. This one's a relief appearance coming in for Matt Murray to mop up what was an absolute terrible game. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that this video, but it's like a waste of time watching these guys, honestly. They're just, I don't know, they're really tough to watch a lot of nights, and while they have been better lately, no doubt, they just get blown out so many times. Like, it's unacceptable. I'm not going to accept that and just say, oh, well, they're a young team. No, they're not, oh, just a young team, so yeah, it's okay to get curb stomped, I don't know, once a week, once every 2 weeks. You got to get your bi-weekly butt kicking. Tkachuk would score a power play, Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa to get the Sens within 3, but I mean, who cares at that point? And they outshoot Calgary 14-5 in that third period. Yay, they did all that when the game was more than decided. After the second period, I think we could all know who was going to win at that point. You can point back to the Toronto win there when Ottawa beat them in the shootout, and they came back from being down 5-1. But that's a flash in the pan. That's not going to happen every night. And I mean, the Sens, they can't expect to be giving up 5 or 6 goals. And yeah, we're going to come back and score ourselves out of trouble. A team who a lot of the time this season has had trouble scoring anyways. Those are my thoughts on this game. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know I ranted in this one, but really, I mean, this team is just so frustrating. Like, like they go from having such a good game against Calgary, and I'm going to attribute that now to the Flames just being tired. Maybe their flame flickered out. Ha ha ha, so funny. But I don't know, the Sens were the ones who really flickered out in this game because they were absolute garbage, like I said. I can't stress that enough. And Matt Murray, he didn't have his best stuff today, I'll be honest. I would like to see them stop a couple of those pucks, but really, when you're giving up 15, 20, 25 high danger chances in that, what they call the house area in your own end a game, does it really matter who you have in net? You could have, vintage Ryan Miller of the Buffalo Sabres in your net, or, well, he's on the Ducks right now, but when he was on the Sabres and he was really hot back in the day, and he would still probably give up a lot of goals, because if you're going to give up that many high danger chances, you're just not even giving yourself a chance to begin with. So that's my thoughts on this, guys. Let me know, like I said, in the comments below, and just what are your frustration levels with this team, because it just seems like, oh, 1 step forward, like 5 steps back. Like today was 5 steps back. This was an absolute stinker. The only good thing about this scheduling, that it is the way it is this season, is that you get to play the same team multiple times in a row a lot of the time, and that's going to be the case as the Sens will get another crack at the Flames to redeem themselves on Monday. They have to get respect back, because that's not good at all, and that's putting it very lightly. So let me know all that and more. Please like and subscribe and share this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.